The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Well, this is grim.
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given, and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Oh, shit.
Blackwall! No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
You swear it's true? They saw her in Valchevin?
Her dog is a dog for the Inquisition now.
I swear I heard she was
Can
in
you
Stalking.
believe it? Tom Rainier himself.
You must know something about...
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbye... It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can... Guess not.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
You saved that man. That took courage.
Courage? I killed innocent people. Destroyed Mornay's life and the lives of others like him. One moment of courage will not make up for that. Why are you here?
I needed you to know you aren't alone in this.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Would a monster have given himself up? Somewhere along the line, you stopped pretending.
Yes.
I need to know about Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life, but he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn. When I returned, he took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth
No one should have died. He would have won, but without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. I couldn't go to the Wardens, so Rainier died, and Blackwall lived. I was a captain in the Orlesian army, well regarded. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay.
My second in command. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
I need to know the details.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might indeed...
I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked, but by the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, of course the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game. You got your men to help you? They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission, just as your men trust you.
Our men follow me because they believe our...
They believe it because that's what you tell them.
My reports say that Callier was with his family.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. My men have been told to eliminate everyone. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought.
War is unfair, but you're right. There was no need for what I did. Yes.
That's all for now.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
Some part of you is impressed by what he did, isn't it?
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
I need to think about it.
Do what you must, but come to a decision soon. This will not wait forever.
Inquisitor?
With the Civil War over, Orlais is focusing on rebuilding. For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
Not even a word of thanks, I see.
I don't know if I can thank you. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Once the world is back to normal, no one will even remember this.
I'll remember. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were, or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your post, Tom Rainier.
Blessings upon us all.
Inquisitor?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Everyone needs some...
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
What do you think of...
I think the entire world is looking over its shoulder, wondering if the Inquisition's...
We should return to our...
As you wish.
worship.
Inquisitor?
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
You'd think the game's greatest players would spot him.
As I said, insularity. Familiar rivals, but let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Insular cliques, snide half-truths. They reminded me of...
I completely understand. Let's hope the next ball either of our families holds is quieter than this one, shall we? I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
What sort of...
At this point, elderly. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Nevada.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset?
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as...
Why is the rule...
He has little reason to love them. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Tell me about
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
I actually have relatives in Navarra. If you reason with the Archon, Trevelyan's can persuade King Marcus we should help both countries.
Letting the Inquisition curry favor with both Tevinter and Nevada. Most ideal. It's good to see you.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any thoughts on the...
Who did you mean?
Cole, actually.
Who? Oh, wait, you... How strange. I'm sure we must have talked, yet I can't recall what we discussed.
What do you think of...
I never truly met Sir Blackwall, but Tom Rain... How could he have kept up this... Really, Inquisitor, I'd rather not think of it.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
All right.
Let's see what we have.